So I'm here to talk about 4 Points, Black short independent film, written and produced by Cadell Cook. I watched it on KweliTV for the second time yesterday. For the first time, I think it was the day before that. And so this is just a video to explain basically why I loved it. At first, I guess it makes more sense to start off what the movie was about. And so basically what it was about, the U.S. has just elected its first Asian American president, and he's a techie. He came up with this idea where he brought 4 people together, I believe, and it was each state. I could be wrong on that part, but I think the setting for this one is Maryland. So you got 4 people, 4 black people come together. One of them is a principal of a public school. One of them is a nurse. I'm walking up a hill. One of them is a nurse at a prison. One of them, he owned his own lawn care business. He's like your quintessential dude in the barber shop that's pro-black everything, that believe that, you know what I'm saying, you can hear almost talking about the days of Komet and, you know, Black Wall Street and all these things like that, right? So we got him. And we have another brother who's an assistant pastor. So they got to come together. For one, first of all, they ain't even got in the door of the house yet to where this polling is going to take place, and they already can't agree. But they get in there, and then they learn the components of the game, so of the poll, which turns out to be a game. They can win money. So like, for example, the first question is worth $100,000. If everybody can agree, then they get to split that $100,000 amongst them. It's 4 questions. Each question is worth more money. Now, it seems like it's pretty easy enough, right? Just agree. Yeah, like just say you agree. But nah. So there's the novum, or the novum, how do you pronounce that? Of the whole ordeal is that you can't lie. You're in a lie detector wristband. If you're caught in 2 lies, you're out. So once you out, then the group can now they split it amongst the 3 people, 3 of them, or 2 of them, or however many left, right? So, but man, these questions are so controversial. It's just, it's interesting. It's interesting. And they're not topics or subjects that we ain't heard of before. We hear about them all the time. They're one of the main hitters, if you will. But the point of it is just to see, like, beyond the fact, can we all come together to agree that there is a way? Because that's the only, before a change can take effect, we actually have to agree that it's possible to come up with a way that's conducive to forward moving, to solution, to peace. Like, is peace even possible? We have to get everybody to agree with that before we can even start to name possible solutions, right? But can we do that? Is that possible? And can we do that for actual change? And that's another thing too, in addition to the money that they got, like, they also have the potential to create actual policy, you know, to impact policy making with their outcomes. But you got to watch it to understand more. And something else that I love too, so my children are homeschooled, world school particularly, and I brought them in to watch it with me the second time. And so, of course, I told them what it was about. And then, like, I would play the film. And once somebody read off, in the film itself, once somebody read off a question, I would pause it, ask them, you know, what's y'all take on this particular subject? They share theirs, then we press play. So just also gauging their engagement and interest in it. That was dope. That was dope. So a soon-to-be 10-year-old, a 13-year-old, and a 31-year-old, if you can get all of us to, you know what I'm saying, dig a film, you did your job. It's great acting. Wasn't anything new, particularly if we think about it conceptually, but just the way that it was all brought together. I would definitely recommend it if you can watch it with somebody else. If not, whatever. But if you can, like, yeah, that's definitely a way to go, because it wasn't even halfway through the film. I was already hitting people up like, hey, you should watch this, because like after it's over, like, I want to discuss it. But yeah, so definitely watch it. Like I said, I watched it on KweliTV. I'm not sure where else, if anywhere else, is currently available. But if you do watch it, I definitely want to know your thoughts. So hit me up and let me know what you think about it.